guys, we are back with another song by Bad Meets Evil. And which one are we doing today?
So we're doing Loud Noises featuring Slaughterhouse.
Okay.
So yeah, if you guys have been watching our videos in order, we were recording the whole album in order and we thought we were done, and somehow I don't know how, we skipped over Loud Noises, which is a really
Yeah.
good song.
We
Yes.
were gonna do our
Album review.
album review today, and then he was looking at the
Track
track
list.
list, and he's like, "We didn't do this one."
Yeah. So Loud Noises is Eminem and Slaughterhouse, or Bad Meets Evil and Royce, Joel, and Joe Budden. It's weird because technically Royce is in both groups. So yeah, it's going to be a little annoying because there's 5 verses from 5 different people. So we're going to be pausing and breaking it down, but that's how we do it. So
Is this the last song for the
it
album?
is,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not the last track on the album, but
Yeah.
we're done. We did every song after this.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Sounds good.
we'll listen and break it down like usual.
Yes. And this video is sponsored by Carnivore Snacks. Carnivore Snacks is one of my favorite meat snacks ever and one of my favorite snacks ever. This is the lamb shoulder. It's from their new line. They've got like a Wagyu line. They have bison sliders. This lamb shoulder is new. I'll show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Very yummy. I usually don't eat these when I'm recording. It takes me a while to like chew and swallow it, and you guys don't need to watch that, but they're so good. They're like perfectly salted, perfectly fatty, absolutely delicious. It's like eating a meat potato chip. If you haven't tried it before, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. And you use our coupon code WithSmith for 15% off your first order, and the link is in the description below. Also, try the sliders. The lamb sliders are my favorite. And we're also sponsored by SeatGeek, which is a great website to get tickets, whether it be tickets for like concerts, sporting events, comedians, literally anything you can think of, they have it. And they have tickets for things going on in your area. You can use our coupon code WithSmith for $20 off your first purchase. And the link is in the description below. And if you click on the link, you'll see everything going on near you right now. See if you find something you like, you want to go check out. And follow us on social media channels if you'd like to. That's our handle for everything. That's it.
All right. So, as I said, everybody has a verse, so we'll be doing, I guess, 4 pauses. Okay, here we go.
Life's handing me lemons. I jump back into public eye and squirted lemons to city. By now you just wish I'd fucking die, but I electrify, get electrocuted, executed by the execution of my flow too quick for the human, now to detect zooming by. Guess who? What's happening, guys? They told me the shit, I fell off that pot, hop right back on that crapper, and I said fuck it, but a capital I. Look who's back to antagonize. You don't like it, you can eat shit, fuck off, little faggot, and die. You right back like a magnet on my dick grabbing in my shit. Better get to the back of the line. You wanna get your shot at me? What kind of crap is that? Battle? What kind of rapper would I? Before I let another rapper think he's hot, I'll bury my face in his stinky twat and go girl, my headspace is limited, ain't even room in the back of my mind. So I ain't thinking about you, I don't got time, and I told you 1,000 times. So how can I find the time to put an alkaline battery in Royce's back and at the same time put juice in mine? God damn, this slaughterhouse is dying! Slaughterhouse!
Okay.
So, I don't think I know this song, but I did kind of get the idea that it probably was going to sample Anchorman.
Yeah, so you hear at the very, very beginning, Loud
It's Brit.
Noises. Yeah, Steve Carell's character. Yeah, it's very funny. It's interesting because it's meant to be, so the scene in Anchorman when he's yelling that, it's a very chaotic scene.
Well, because everyone's screaming at each other, and he's like, what do? I want to join in.
Yeah, the joke is that he just yells loud noises. So it's interesting that they captured that feeling by obviously using that sample, but there's no chorus to this. It's just verse, Crooked Eye yells Slaughterhouse, and the next person goes. Same thing, just over and over. So it's very cool the way they do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Eminem comes in, he's got the first verse.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to follow. I don't know if it's because I'm pregnant or tired or both, or if
It's a
it's just a lot
chaotic
to
song.
follow.
So Eminem says, "Life handed me lemons. I jumped back into the public eye and squirted lemon juice in it. By now, you just wish I'd fucking die. But I electrify, get electrocuted, executed by the execution of my flow, too quick for the human eye to detect zooming by."
That's a good line 'cause it's like life handed me lemons and he squirted them in the public eye. Is
Yeah.
basically what he's saying, which is funny because, like, like lemon juice in your eye, like, it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
So he's saying he's like, like, yeah.
Yeah, the expression like life hands you lemons, which is supposed to be like a bad thing. I guess you
Yeah,
think
like
of
make lemonade, but he's just like squirting them in the public's eye.
yeah,
Like essentially like what he did with like his rap. Like he like took over.
yeah. So he took all the bullshit and turned it around on the public. Yeah. So it's clever. And then he says, yeah, by now you just wish I'd fucking die. So he's talking about, his haters, the competition, maybe even the public because he's so like omnipresent, he's saying. Um, And then, yeah, he says, they wish he dies, but he electrifies. Then he says, you'll get electrocuted, executed by the execution of his flow. It's very wordy, but I like that. Electrocuted, executed.
Hmm.
Yeah, flow too quick for the human eye to detect zooming by. So
That's a good
it's
line
moving.
too.
Yeah, way too quick. Then he says, so he does choom chicka choom 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 wah. So he's doing like sound effects. Yep. Guess who? What's happening, guy? They told me to shit. I fell off that pot, hopped right back on that crapper, and I said fuck it with a capital I. Look who's back to antagonize. Like he delivers it like almost like Pig Latin, antagonize.
Got it.
So yeah, he's like, guess who? What's happening? So I'm back, blah blah blah. Like he always says that. And then yeah, they told me to. So the expression is either shit or get off the pot. He
Yeah,
says
either
they,
meaning like do what you plan to do or don't even bother.
yeah. So they told him, and he fell off the pot. And then
Meaning he didn't do it.
yes, but then he got back on it, and then said, "Fuck you."
That's a reference to his like to being in recovery and like getting clean and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. Then he got
Yeah.
right back on it, which would I'm assuming the crapper is like the rap game, whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's what he wasn't doing.
Hmm.
So fuck you with a capital I. So I guess he's saying like I'm saying fuck you, like I said fuck you with a capital I. Do you know what I mean? The I goes to the I said fuck you is the quote. Do you know what I mean?
I guess.
So he says I said fuck you.
Like I. Like
So the
emphasis
capital
on
I.
I.
So like the sentence is I said fuck you, and the
Okay.
I at the beginning of that sentence is what's capitalized. So
Hmm.
he's playing on that. Yeah, look who's back to antagonize. Um, you don't like it, you can eat shit, fuck off, little faggot, and die. You write back like a magnet on my dick, grabbing at my shit. Better get back, better get to the back of the line if you want to get your shot at me. What kind of crap is this battle? What kind of crap is that battle? Sorry. So yeah, you don't like it, you can eat shit, fuck off and die. Um, and then you're right back on his shit like a maggot, right? So people are all over him. So it's interesting. You're right back on my shit. You're right back on like a maggot on my dick. I was thinking maggot and shit, even though that I don't think maggots really grow and shit, but that's where my mind was going. You know what I mean? Maggots are usually like on
Maybe.
dead things, but yeah. So either way, he's get to the back of the line if you want to get your shot. So everybody's after him. You know what I mean? It's like get in line. Nothing's
Yeah.
new. Everybody hates me. I'm the best at this, right? Yeah. What kind of crap is that battle? What kind of rapper would I be before I let another rapper think he's hot? I'll bury my face in a stinky twat and go, and he goes, da 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 da. Girl, my headspace is limited. Ain't even got room in the back of my mind. So yeah, he said, what kind of rapper would I be if I let another rapper think he's hot, right? So he's like, I'm better than every rapper. And then he says, he'd bury his face in a stinky twat and go, da, da, da. So saying it's never going to happen, right? Like, he's never going to let another rapper think he's hot, just like he's never going to do that. And then he says, his headspace is limited. There isn't even room in the back of his mind.
Because it's all full of like reps and things like that.
Yeah, so like usually if something's in the back of your mind, it's like something you don't have your all your attention on, right? It's like in there, but not really a main
Yeah, it's not.
focus. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't even have room for you to be an afterthought in
There's
my
no
mind.
room.
Yeah,
There
there's
is no
none.
back of his mind.
Yeah,
It's just everything is full.
yeah, exactly, which is funny. And then he says, "That's why I ain't thinking about you. I don't got time. I done told you 1,000 times. So how can I find the time to put an alkaline battery in Royce's back and at the same time put juice in mine? God damn it, Slaughterhouse is signed."
Interesting. What exactly is he saying there?
So, okay, so he's continued with the thought that he has no room, not even in the back of his mind. That's why I'm
Yeah.
not thinking about you. I don't got time, so he has no time. Then he says, "I told you 1,000 times." So yeah, I done told you 1,000 times that he doesn't have time for her, right? So that's the end of
Yeah,
that
I
thought.
get that
And then he says,
part.
"So how can I find the time to put an alkaline battery in Royce's back?" So if you're putting a battery in somebody's back, it's like you're gassing them up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Powering them. So trying to help Royce in his career, right? He's
So is he
like,
trying to say like is he basically saying like people have been saying that Eminem is like, holding Royce up, you know what I mean? Like helping him like and he's trying to say like no, I'm not. Like
No, so it's interesting. I think people did say that, but I don't think that's what he's saying here. I think it's actually he's reflecting on this album. The fact that he's like, how can I boost Royce, but at the same time have the energy to boost myself? And I think the result is the answer to that problem is the Bad Meets Evil album, right? It's like,
mhm,
okay, this is how I have the time to do Royce and me because it's one and the same. You know what I mean? It's the same project. And then the goddamn it, Slaughterhouse is signed. So at this point, Slaughterhouse was, well, non-existent. Eminem was trying to sign them for years. They were all on different labels, like solo. They weren't a group. You know what I mean? They were all solo artists. So then he finally got them together. So yeah, I think he's just reflecting on the fact that how do I help out my friend like I want to, and also focus on my career. And the
yeah,
way I was able to do that is Bad Meets Evil. And then by signing Slaughterhouse, he's ultimately helping Royce then too. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Okay, so and
And that's where he left
yeah,
off,
then we
right?
just hear Crooked yell Slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Slaughterhouse. I'm a menace villain, my pen is sitting, spilling, my lyrics killing. Then I let you witness shit when it hit the ceiling. The niggas willing to give the listeners the sickest feeling, like mixing some Benadryl and penicillin. Then I'm feeling the clip where the written. Can you picture my pistol drilling a million women and children when I'm illin'? But it isn't real, it's a rap. On the real, it's a rap. How could you possibly stop the apocalypse when I'm atomic bombing the populace? Shock the metropolis, hostile as a kid popping a Glock at his mom's and his pops. Then he hops in his drop with his iPod rocking his slaughterous documentation of lyrics. I write with confidence, write like a columnist / novelist. I'm in this game to demolish it, establish my dominance over prominent rappers. You popping shit to your opposite. I can spit ominous, so spit politics. Now I'm Holly Selassie, Gandhi, and pocket this hip hop genre. Bitch. Slaughterhouse.
Okay.
So many pauses.
Yeah. It's only four. It's actually like only one more than normal that we do. We usually do about three. Okay, so this is The- uh Crooked's verse is very the major appeal to it. It's like a lot of the same like syllables he's rhyming, you know what I mean? And the not necessarily alliteration. There's a little bit of it in some certain parts of it. It's just very good. It's very consistent the way he delivers the lines. All right, so Crooked Eye has the second verse. I'm a menace villain. My pen is sick and spillin'. My lyrics killin'. Then I let you witness shit when it hit the ceiling. A dude willin' to give the listeners the sickest feeling, like mixing some Benadryl and penicillin. So, I mean,
Sorry.
this is like he's just showcasing his rhyming ability, but he's a menace, he's a villain, right? So he's a bad guy. His pen is spilling. He's killing everybody with his lyrics. He's letting everybody witness when it hits the ceiling, and he's giving people the sickest feeling, like mixing Benadryl and penicillin. So it's interesting. I wonder if he's saying like he makes you feel so sick that you need Benadryl and penicillin, right? Like that's how sick he is. Or is he saying if you mix Benadryl and penicillin, that would make you sick? Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know which way he's referring to it. I give the sickest feeling like mixing some Benadryl and penicillin.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
I don't
assuming,
get it.
he's just referencing, medications, drugs that you
Yeah.
take when you're sick. You know what I mean? Then he says, then I'm filling the clip with a written. Can you picture my pistol drilling a million women and children when I'm illin? But it isn't real. It's a rap. On the real, it's a rap. How could you possibly stop the apocalypse when I'm atomic bombing the populace?
What's a written?
Like a written instead of a freestyle, like a written rhyme. Yeah, so he's filling. So he yeah, so he mixes the Benadryl and penicillin. Then I'm filling the clip with a written. So his again, we see this imagery a lot, especially with Eminem, that the rhymes and the bars are like ammo, like bullets, right? So he's filling the clip, his lyrical clip, with his written rhymes. And then this is clever imagery. He's like, "Can you picture my pistol drilling?" So he's evoking the clip, right, as with a gun. So then he paints this image as if like he has a gun shooting a million women and children, but he's referring to his verbal, right? His rhymes. And then he says when I'm illin, so he's going crazy, just spitting at all these people. So this is really cool. He says, but it isn't real. It's a rap. On the real, it's a rap. It's very clever what he does. So he's saying, but it isn't real, meaning like he's not really doing, shooting a
Yeah,
million women.
it's just a rap
It's just
song.
rap. And then on the real, I'm serious. It's a rap. It's over.
Yeah.
It's very cool how he does that. Um, then yes, how could you possibly stop the apocalypse when atomic bomb in the populace, shock the metropolis, hostile as a kid, popping the Glock at his mom's and his pop's, then he hops in his drop with his iPod, rocking his slaughterish documentation of lyrics. I write with confidence, write like a columnist slash novelist. Okay, so yeah. How do you stop the apocalypse when he's atomic bombing the populace, right? It's like,
You can't.
exactly. And then shock the metropolis. So the
Like
shock,
the people.
the shock is equivalent to you drop an atomic bomb. There's the shock wave besides the initial blast. So the metropolis. So the society, civilization.
Hmm.
And he says hostile as a kid, popping a Glock at his mom's and his pops. So he's saying he is as hostile as a kid that shoots his parents, right? And then after he shoots his parents, he hops in the car with his iPod. And it says rocking the slaughterish documentation. So I wonder if he's saying referring to he's listening to Slaughterhouse's music, right? With his iPod,
Yes.
rocking his slaughterish documentation of lyrics. I'm guessing he's saying that the kid is listening to Slaughterhouse, or he's listening to the music that he was listening to when he shot his parents,
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know. And lyrics I write with confidence, like a columnist slash novelist. I'm in this game to demolish it, establish my dominance over prominent rappers. You pop and shit, tell you the opposite. Tell you opposite. I can spit ominous, so spit politics. Now I'm Haile Selassie, Gandhi and Pac of this hip hop genre, bitch. So, okay. Uh, Slaughter's documentation of lyrics I write with confidence. So he writes his lyrics with confidence, and he says he writes like a columnist slash novelist. So both people that write. And then he's in the game to demolish, so he wants to kill everybody, establish his dominance over all the prominent rappers, so the biggest rappers. Then he says, "You pop and shit tell you opposite." I don't know what you pop and shit tell you opposite.
Like the opposite of him.
Pop and shit tell you opposite. You're popping shit and tell your. I'm actually confused about that line. Pop and shit. You pop and shit tell you opposite. I don't know what he's referring to there. I don't know if he's saying,
Duh.
or maybe you're just talking shit, like you're not really real. Like if he's talking about like you're acting like you're tough, but you're really not. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's what he's referring to.
I have no idea.
Yeah, whatever.
Let us know.
Yes. And then he says, I could spit ominous, so spit politics. So again, it's this dark imagery. And then when he says politics, he invokes Haile Selassie, Gandhi, and Pac of this hip hop genre. Haile Selassie was, I think it was one of the African countries, maybe Ethiopia, I think it was. He was, like, the president or whatever, the dictator. I forget what he was, but he was like a big political figure over there. He like organized, actually randomly, I listened to a podcast that was talking about him for a while. maybe like a year ago. So that's the only reason I recognize his name. But yeah, he was a big political figure
Yeah.
in Africa. And then Gandhi, obviously, we know, and Pac of this hip hop genre. So those are all political figures, and he's saying he's the equivalent of them in hip hop. All right.
Oh, next one.
Two more pauses.
This hip hop genre. Slaughterhouse. Lyrically, I'm a cocaine Altoid. Ability to brain, it's a no-brain bout, boy. Physically, I'm literally a cocaine cowboy. Wait, did I just go almost 4 bars without talking about my big dick? The other day, me and your thick bitch had a great date, and we ate cake, and then we walked, and then she tried to jack me off, but she lost, cause she couldn't handle my shake weight. I swear, the irony of Ryan is I am bipolar while I'm rhyming, standing beside a big old white bear. Neither one of us fight fair. You were literally looking at Woody and Wesley in a movie with a white boy ain't got to jump nowhere, cause I'm here. Nigga, I'm on fire, yeah, and I'm every bitch's dream. 1, 2, I'm coming for you, I'm a big old nightmare. Nigga, this is slaughter, step it up. I pretty much slap your ass and tell you to shut the fuck up. After that, I slap your ass again and tell you to shut the fuck up, shutting up. And that's how you body and fucking beat. Slaughterhouse.
Was it me or did Royce's verse seem particularly short compared to the others?
This was Royce?
Yeah,
Who was before Royce?
crooked F,
Okay. Yeah, it seems short.
right? Like a lot shorter than it would. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, so Royce comes in. He has the third verse. He says lyrically, "I'm a cocaine Altoid. Ability so brain. It's a no brain bow boy." He does say no brain bow? So here it says BOW, 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 boy.
Like a rainbow?
Maybe, I don't know.
Brainbow?
And he says, physically, I'm literally a cocaine cowboy. Wait, did I just go almost 4 bars without talking about my big dick? Okay, so lyrically, I'm a cocaine Altoid. So an Altoid
Is it
is like a
mint?
mint, right? So he's like refreshing, but like cocaine, like energy, right? So he's interesting imagery. He says, ability so brain is what it says here. So ability so brain. So I don't. He's got a lot of ability in his brain, I guess. And then he says it's a no brain bow boy. So if it's bout,
Or bow?
I know. No. So if it's bout, like bout's like a fight, you know what I mean? So it's a no brain bout boy. So if it is bout, that makes sense, right? It's like a no brainer that he's going to win. But then he says physically, I'm literally a cocaine cowboy. That's funny. So he says lyrically he's a cocaine Altoid, but literally he's a cocaine cowboy.
The cocaine.
Yeah.
It just sounds funny.
I know. So it sounds like he had the cocaine cowboy line. And he tried to figure out what to rhyme with it. You know what I mean? Like he reverse engineered and got cocaine Altoid. So yeah, I mean, Cocaine Cowboys was that documentary about the people that were selling cocaine back in '80s and shit. So it's a reference to that. And then wait, did I almost go 4 bars without talking about my big dick?
Self-explanatory.
So yeah, it's funny because he did literally go 4 bars without it. Then he says, the other day, me and your thick bitch had a great date and we ate cake and then we walked and then she tried to jack me off, but she lost because she couldn't handle my shake weight. I swear, the irony of Ryan is I'm bipolar when I'm rhyming, standing beside a big old white bear. Okay. So the other day, me and your bitch, we had a great date. We ate cake. So he ate cake, and then they walked, and she tried to jack him off, but she lost. It's funny because she tried to jack me off, but lost, like as if,
Like
as,
she
as if
couldn't.
you could win
Oh,
or
she couldn't
lose.
do. Well,
Yeah,
she couldn't
it's
finish.
yeah, but I'm just saying it's a funny way to phrase it. She tried to jack me off, but she lost. Like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So here it says she couldn't handle my shake weight, but there it says handle my shit. I actually don't know. Either way, we get the same thing. She couldn't
But then,
handle
like, when
his.
you think about it, like, who really is the loser in that
I know.
situation?
That's what I'm saying. It's very funny the way he worded it.
It's like, haha, you couldn't do it. It's like, haha, well, now you're.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Very funny.
don't know.
And then he says the irony of Ryan. So again, he's Ryan, is I am bipolar when I'm rhyming, standing besides a big old white bear.
So,
So
like, bipolar, like, he's like, he could be like super happy, super sad. His emotions are all over the place, but then also like bipolar, like, he's literally standing next to a polar bear. So he's like, bi a polar bear.
Yes, and then
Bipolar.
Eminem is white
Yeah.
and Royce is black, right? So it's like
Mm.
bi. So yeah, there's the polar with the polar bear, the bi, and he says the irony is he's bipolar and he's next to a big old white bear who you invoke. It's Eminem. You imagine, right?
So it's like a triple
Yeah, there's a
entendre.
few. I think so. It might be. And then he says, standing beside a big old white bear, neither one of us fight fair. You are literally looking at Woody and Wesley in a movie where the white boy ain't got to jump nowhere because I'm here. Dude, I'm on fire. Yeah. And I'm every bitch's dream. So, yeah, he's continuing the scheme of, the big old white bear. Neither one of us fight fair. So he's saying, they'll mess you up. They don't care. They're out to win. And then he said, you're literally looking at Woody and Wesley. So, do you ever see White Men Can't Jump?
No.
Oh, okay. It's a really good movie. The premise of the movie is Woody Harrelson, who's white.
Yeah.
He's like a really good basketball player, right? But he would go into like Wesley Snipes would be playing basketball and then they'd hustle people, right? And Woody would just be sitting there acting like he didn't know how to play, right? And then Wesley would intentionally pick him because they were partners hustling people and Woody was actually a really good basketball player. So like, oh, I'll take the white boy, and everybody laughed. Like, oh, white men can't jump. That's the name of the movie, right? And it ends up that they hustle people. That's the whole premise of the movie. So
Mhm.
he's saying you're literally looking at Woody and Wesley. So a reference to that in a movie where the white boy ain't got to jump nowhere because I'm here. So he's actually saying like, I can rap too. You know what I mean? He's saying we're like equals effectively.
Got
Eminem
it.
and Royce, yeah. And he doesn't have to jump nowhere. So again, it's the play on white men can't jump. And then yeah, he's on fire and he's every bitch's dream. And then he continues. He says, 1, 2, I'm coming for you. I'm a big old nightmare. Dude, this the slaughter. Step it up. I'll pretty much slap your ass and tell you to shut the fuck up. After that, I'll slap your ass again and tell you to shut the fuck up, shutting up. And that's how you body a fucking beat. Goodbye.
So that's a reference to Nightmare on Elm Street. He goes 1, 2, Freddy's coming for
Oh,
you.
interesting. I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah,
There's
then
an annotation.
3, 4.
Yeah, you're right. I just
I
clicked the
don't remember
annotation.
most of
3,
it.
4 at your door or something, right? Something like that. So yeah, good point. So the nightmare is
Nightmare on Elm Street.
so yeah, I'm a big old nightmare. I'm coming for you. Nice. I didn't even pick up on that. And then yes, he says this is slaughter, step it up. So again, it's slaughterhouse, but also he's slaughtering people. You need to step your game up because he's slaughtering you so bad. And then he's gonna slap you and tell you to shut the fuck up. And then he's gonna
Slap your ass.
yeah, it's funny. And then he's gonna do it again and tell you to shut the fuck up, shutting up. So shut up while you're shutting up.
Because he's slapping his ass. He's probably like screaming. It's like, why are you
Probably.
slapping my ass?
Yeah, it's funny. All right, and then yeah, and that's how you body a fucking beat. Then he says goodbye. All right, one more pause, two more verses. Here we go.
Slaughterhouse! I should be the one that goes slow. Nah, get a stopwatch, clock my flow. Hit the button on top, watch your drill drop. Oh, oh, that, oh, now. When I drop, I go out at space. Black out like Darth Vader's face. Placed in the molten shower. Say something and get the rubber. Mama, papa, pouring out vodka. Mama, Mia, and pass me the Caesars. It's visitors in the slaughterhouse. Got better jet boy, go home. Better jet boy, G4 Chrome. Better jet boy, Mark Sanchez, Antonio Holmes. I'm not your any of your homeboys. Sitting in the lab, picking up a pad. I be spitting bad. I'ma get you mad with this. If I have Lord Duck suffering, sick attached. When the trigger blast, I'ma put your beak on your fit head. With a lick ass. Sip a yak, bad bitch in a vicious track. I'm a little ass. Slide pro tools to both stroke smooth. I coast to the west like we're trigger living at. New York is a piggyback ride to the motherland. Hold on, brother man. On the other hand, get down. I'm gonna fam gun butt you with the eagle handle. Cunningham. I don't wanna talk. I just wanna beef. I don't want a piece. I want it all, baby boy. I don't wanna eat. I wanna feast. Stuff my cheeks for rough beats and shit. You done weak. I'm the one compete. Slaughterhouse.
Okay,
Who was that?
that was Joel Ortiz, and
What the hell? Who is
yeah, whoever made this video obviously could not pick up on.
No, me neither.
Yeah,
What the hell is that?
yeah, it's a very tough verse to follow, especially the first time.
God.
Okay. So Joel comes in first verse. He says, I should be the one that goes slow. Nah,
But he didn't.
get a stopwatch, clock my flow, hit the button on top, watch your jaw drop. Oh, oh, dot, dot, oh, oh, Yawa. When I drop, I go outer space, black out like Darth Vader's face, placed in a molten shower. Okay, so he starts off like, I should be the one that goes slow on this song because everybody else is going pretty quick and chaotic. And he says, no. And he goes faster than anybody has so far. You got the
Yeah.
stopwatch, clock my flow. So he's saying, watch my flow, but you time it, right? Clock it like a stopwatch, hit the button on top, which is how you work a stopwatch. And then, yeah, he just says, watch your jaw drop. So your jaw's dropping because it's like, oh my God, he's rapping so fast.
Yeah.
And then, oh, yawa. Oh, is like the time? Is that the stopwatch? The dot dot oh yeah. Okay, so you know how it's like hour, minute, second.
Hmm.
So I think it's a reference to that. And then he says, when I drop, I go outer space, black out like Darth Vader's face placed in a molten shower. So that's a reference to Star Wars. So he goes to outer space, right? He's out of this world when he rhymes, and then black out like Darth Vader's face. So he had the black helmet. But he does at some in one of the movies fall into like lava or something, and I don't know, something happens. But it's a reference to that.
Something happened.
So, but he's obviously the double
Maybe
meaning.
it's like all crispy
The
or
double meaning.
something.
Yeah.
Like
So
Freddy Krueger.
the double meaning, he's blacking out, like going crazy, snapping on this song, rapping quick, and then he's referencing that, right? Okay, then he says, say something and get done proper. Mama, Papa pouring out vodka. Mamma mia, pass me the scissors. There's visitors in the slaughterhouse casa. Better jet boy, go home. Better jet boy, G4 chrome. Okay. So yeah, placed in the molten. All right, we got the molten shower. That's back to Darth Vader, and then he says, "Yeah, say something and get done proper." So if you talk shit to him, he's gonna do you proper. He's gonna
Yeah.
kill you effectively. Um, and then Mama, Papa pouring out vodka, Mama Mia, and pass the scissors. So he says, "Mama, Papa pouring out." I think this might just be a reference to honestly his childhood and like, hey, mom, dad's drinking again. You know what I mean? Like, I think it could just be that. And then he says, Mamma Mia, pass me the scissors. So it's interesting. He does pour out vodka and then Mamma Mia. It's kind of like almost like a Mamma Mia. So it's an Italian reference. But when I the vodka, I was thinking he says Mama Papa vodka Mamma Mia. It's making me think of like an Italian like dinner. Do you know what I mean? Just by those words he's using.
Uh-huh.
And he says, yeah, pass me the scissors. There's visitors in Slaughterhouse Casa. So he's going to stab people. They're in their house, right? Yeah.
Scissors.
And then he says, better jet boy, go home. So leave, get out of here, go home. Better jet boy, G4 Chrome. So
Which is a private jet.
yeah, G4. And then he says, better jet boy, Mark Sanchez, Santonio Holmes. So that's interesting. At this time, those were the New York Jets. Mark Sanchez was the quarterback. I don't know if you remember him. Santonio Holmes was, I think, the receiver. Okay, then he says, I'm not your any old homeboy, sitting in the lab, picking up a pad, I be spitting bad. I'ma get you mad with this gift I have. Little ducks suffering succotash when the trigger blast, I'ma put your beak on your fitted hat. So this is a very clever scheme here. So yeah, I like what he does, better jet boy, Santonio Holmes, and then he says, I'm not just any old homeboy. So he's got the home and then the boy from the before. And then, yeah, sitting in the lab, picking up a pad. I'm spitting bad. I'll get you mad. So just talking shit about his rhyming ability, how he works. And then, yes, he says, I'll get you mad with this gift I have. Little ducks suffering succotash when the trigger blast. So Daffy Duck, his thing, suffering succotash. That was his thing, right?
Sylvester.
Oh, Sylvester, you're right. Sorry.
The cat.
Oh, you're right. That's confusing now.
Uh-huh.
Huh. You're right. I'm confused now because then he says, when the trigger blasts, I'm going to put your beak on your fitted hat. So maybe it's just a Looney Tunes reference, right?
Well, I think,
Suffering Succotash is Sylvester.
and Sylvester used to have problems with Tweety Bird, right?
Maybe. So
It's
yeah,
not
I
Daffy
clicked the
Duck.
annotation. It's
It's Sylvester.
just a Looney Tunes reference. It's the Suffering Succotash, right? Which you're right is Sylvester. And then with the trigger, so he's just saying little duck. So it is weird. Oh wait, succotash is duck,
It's like,
isn't
no.
no?
It's like a parsnip. I'll show you.
Okay, either way, it's a Looney Tunes scheme, right? There's the Sylvester quote, suffering succotash, and then when the trigger blasts, I'm gonna put your beak on your fitted hat. So Daffy Duck, he would get like exploded or whatever, and his beak would pop off and go all over. So he's saying he's gonna shoot you, and your face is gonna be on your fitted hat. He's gonna knock it out of proportion.
For anyone who cares, which could possibly be no one, succotash is corn, tomatoes, lima beans, and okra.
Yeah. Okay. So it's
So
not.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
So yeah, it's just a Looney Tunes scheme. For a second, I thought until you pointed it out, I was like, oh yeah, Daffy Duck says suffering succotash. Are you sure Daffy
It's
never said it?
Sylvester.
No, I know Sylvester says that for sure. I was wondering if Daffy Duck ever said that. Oh, wait. It is used by Daffy Duck.
Oh, it is both of. I only remember Sylvester saying it. He
Yeah.
stole it.
Okay. So yeah, you confused me because I was like, wait.
But it is Sylvester.
It is Sylvester's catchphrase. Yes. Okay. So now the scheme makes a lot more sense. It's definitely no, you're right. It definitely is Sylvester's catchphrase.
Copycat.
So when he says I'll have little duck suffering succotash, right? So he's calling you a little duck, right? So he's gonna you're like a little boy. But it's funny, I have little ducks suffering succotash. So the little ducks are suffering, but it's a play on suffering succotash, right? And then when the trigger blasts, will put your beak where your fitted hat. So again, Daffy Duck, his beak would explode, right? And end up in weird places. So he's saying your beak, which is, your face, your nose, your mouth, whatever. It's gonna be on your hat. Yeah. All right. Then he says, where the liquor at? Sip a yak, bad bitch, and a vicious track. I redid Dax, slide Pro Tools to both. I redid Dax, slide Pro Tools to
Is that
both.
English?
So I think he's doing the redid that.
Oh, like relax.
Yeah. I slide Pro Tools to both. So smooth. I coast to the west. I coast to the west like where Crooked living at. New York, here's a piggyback ride to the motherland. Hold on, brother man. Okay, so where the liquor at? Sip a yak, bad bitch, and a vicious track. So he's saying where the liquor at? He wants to drink and hang out with the chick and put on a beat, right?
Sounds fun.
Yeah. And then he says, I redid Dax, slide Pro Tools to both. So he's talking about making a beat, right? Using Pro Tools. Joe Smooth is not something he says in this. And then he says, so smooth, I coast to the west, like where Crooked living at. So he's saying he's so smooth, he coasts to the west.
Like he just
He goes
there.
Yeah. So I don't know if he means like directionally, like you know what I mean, like lean into the left or whatever.
Or like he just like slid there. I don't know.
But anyway, West Coast is where Crooked Eye's from, right? So that's the reference. And then like where Crooked living at, New York. Here's a piggyback ride to the motherland. So I guess he's carrying New York on his back. Joel, that's what he's saying, right? Here's a piggyback ride to the motherland. Hold on, brother man. On the other hand, get down. I'm gutter fam. Gun butt you with the eagle handle, Cunningham. I don't want to talk. I just want to beef. I don't want a peace. I want it all. Baby boy, I don't want to eat. I want to feast. Stuff my cheeks with rough beats and shit. You done weak. I'm the one. Capiche?
Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah, this is wild. So, yes. So he does the New York, here's a piggyback ride to the motherland. Hold on, brother man. On the other hand, get down. I'm gutter fam. So it's funny. He says, New York, here's a piggyback ride. So get up, get on his back. He's going to carry you. But then he's like, on the other hand, get down. I'm gutter fam. So he's like, I'm going to hold New York on my back. But on the other hand, get down. I'm gutter. Like, down in the gutter. Like I'm hood. It's nice. And then gun butt you with the eagle handle Cunningham. So like a desert eagle. But it's funny. There was a
gun.
Randall Cunningham was the name of a football player from the Eagles. So gun butt you with the eagle handle Cunningham. So it's funny, Handle Cunningham sounds like Randall Cunningham, right?
Sure.
What do you mean?
I don't know who that is.
No, I know, but you don't have to know who it is to know that Randall sounds like Handle,
No, yeah, but yeah.
And then he says, I don't want to talk, I just want to beef. I don't want a piece. I want it all. Right. So he
Which
does.
is funny because he's talking about a gun. Gun is peace.
Yes.
And he doesn't want just one, but then he also doesn't just want a piece of like the wrap
Yeah.
pie.
He wants
He
it
wants the
all.
whole pie. It's double entendre.
And then he continues with the same scheme. I don't want to eat. I want to feast. So again, same thing. I want it all. I don't want a little. I want it all. Says stuff my cheeks with rough beats and shit.
Which is
So,
also double entendre. Because you could be talking about like beets, like the red
oh
little
yeah,
vegetable
that's
things are
interesting.
like actual like
Beats.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he says, "You done weak. I'm the one. Capiche."
So you're weak. I'm like the one.
I forget what capiche. It means like get it,
Yeah,
understand. I
yeah.
forget the exact translation though.
I really think it's like understood. It's kind of like saying in Spanish, like entiendes.
Yeah, I forget the exact, but okay, here we go. Last verse. Joe Budden. Here we go.
Insane what they call us. How you married to the game, but you probably shouldn't have came to the altar. Every bar like propane for the sword off. You try to hang it and forge it. Eminem is the porter. Slaughter my sentiments, imminent torture. All of your feminine marauders that swim in that water. Men will assault you. Tommy's a bastard, a symbol of sorta. Kidnap your trembling daughter. At least a quarter. I'm a innocent supporter. Got an aura more like Sodom and Gomorrah. Normally something's wrong with me. Blaming the quantity of the porn I see on the porns to me. When I fix the game, they'll think shit came with a warranty. How the fuck they gonna stop what I was born to be? Corner me, shit belong to me. Two choices, you can get along with me or sit your faggot ass right there in dormancy. Wait, all he missing is heels to be RuPaul. Ain't nobody that's real ever knew y'all second to none, and I'm dealing with bones whose time I never come now deal with the blue balls. You ain't gotta fear me, but you respect me. Niggas who never met me, threaten me, wanted you let me come in the sword fight, get some machete, swinging spaghetti like it's heavy. Some said he deserve an SB in a Chevy like Andretti, put the Desi where his chest be. Slaughterhouse.
Okay.
That was really good.
Yeah, it was. So Joe Budden was very fast too.
Yeah, and his is pretty good. I was like, damn.
Yeah, he's very
Like
good.
I actually followed
I mean,
too. Not that like Joel's wasn't good, but it was just like
hard to understand.
chaos in my ears.
I mean,
For me.
they had Joe Budden close the song. You know what I mean? Like
He did pretty
on a lot
good.
of tracks, they'll put like the best. You know what I mean? The person last, right? Whoever the best artist is will go
Yeah,
last.
like I actually think he might have won.
Maybe it's very good. Okay, so he comes in. He says, insane what they call us, how you married to the game, but you probably shouldn't have came to the altar. Every bar like propane for the sawed off. You shoulda hang and they fault ya. Eminem, Mr. Porter, slaughter my sentiments, eminent torture. All of you feminine marauders, they're swimming that they're swimming that water, men will assault you. Okay.
These are so wrong. It's almost
I know.
funny.
It's wild. So insane is what they call us. How you married to the game, but you shouldn't have came to the altar. So he's talking to the other rappers. You married to the game, but you never should have
Like
even
you
done it.
claim you're married to the
Yeah,
game.
exactly. Every bar like propane for the sawed off. So it's interesting. So it's like explosive, but propane for the sawed off. So those are like two different things. You know what I mean? Like a sawed off shotgun's like a gun. You don't really use propane, right? So it's like an explosion.
Granted, I've never had a sawed-off shotgun,
No, me either.
so I have no idea what. I just have rifle.
But yeah, he's saying every bar is like propane, so it's like an explosion for the sawed off. So again, I think it's just more imagery of ammo, bullets, right? So it's propane expelling his. It's like a shotgun shooting. He's firing his verbal bullets, right? I think it's the same type of thing. Then he says, "You shoulda hang, and they'll fault you. You shoulda hang." It's weird.
I don't get what that
Using to forge you.
means.
And they'll fault you. Yeah, I don't know. Let us know. I don't know if these lyrics are wrong. I mean, the ones on the screen are a nightmare. So whatever.
Cinnamon.
Yeah.
My cinnamon's eminence.
Then he says, Eminem, Mr. Porter slaughters my sentiments, eminent torture. So Eminem, Mr. Porter is the one who made this beat, by the way. Mr. Porter,
Nice.
Denon, con artist. That's those. He goes by all those names. So he says Eminem.
He's all of those people?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were all different people.
No. So Eminem, Mr.
Okay.
Porter slaughters my sentiment. So the sentiment of slaughter. And then he says eminent torture. So he's slaughtering you, torturing you, right? And then all of you feminine marauders. So it's interesting. He's saying all the people, and I think he's talking about all the people in the rap game, the people that are married to the game, right? They're feminine marauders. So they're like a marauder's like a pirate, like a raider, right? So they don't really belong here, right? They're not part of the game. They're not supposed to be here, and they're feminine. And then he says, they're swimming that water. Men will assault you. Where
And
are
like he's the men.
Yeah.
Slaughterhouse is the
So
men.
yeah, you're feminine,
Who's gonna
right?
assault
We're the men.
the like the
The feminine
rappers in the
marauders.
game who don't belong there.
Exactly. Men will assault you. Tommies and bats to resemble Lasorda. Kidnap your trembling daughter. At least a quarter. I'm a menacing supporter. It's got an aura more like Sodom and Gomorrah. Normally, something's wrong with me. Blame it on the quantity of the porn I see, on the pawns to me. When I fix the game, y'all think shit came with a warranty. Okay, so he says men will assault you, Tommies and bats to resemble a sorta.
So
So
Tommy gun
yeah,
and
and
a
bats.
bat, baseball bat.
And then Tommy Lasorda was the baseball coach for the Dodgers. So
Oh,
Tommy's and bats like Lasorda. So baseball bats, obviously
got
Tommy
it.
Lasorda. Yeah, it's very clever. Um, and then yeah, kidnap your trembling daughter. So at least a quarter. I'm a menacing supporter. So I don't know what at least a quarter means. Do you know what I mean? Kidnap your trembling daughter, at least a quarter. I'm a menacing supporter. Or maybe he's saying like a quarter of him is a menacing supporter.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
Then he says it's got an aura more like Sodom and Gomorrah. So Sodom and Gomorrah from the Bible,
Yeah.
right? It's like old land of like debauchery and like fucked up shit. And then he says, normally something's wrong with me. So he's just, that's very, Joe Budden thing. He's always talking about how fucked up he is. And a lot of his raps are about that. So he says, normally something's wrong with him. And then he says, blame it on the quantity of the porn I see, on the pawns to me, on the pawns to me. So I don't know who the pawns are to him. I don't know if he's talking about the porn actresses or the people. Oh,
Yeah, I don't
I
get it.
see on the pawns to me. When I fix the game, y'all think shit came with the warranty. Okay, so I think the pawns are going with the fixing of the game, right? He says, when I fix the game, you think it's got a warranty. So that's a clever line. So if you're
Yeah.
fixing something that's broken, it's because it has a warranty. So he's fixing the rap game from all these feminine marauders, whatever. So we
Or
got
you're
all
like
that shit.
fixing it in your favor.
Yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, you'll think shit came with the warranty. How the fuck are they going to stop what I was born to be? Corner me. Shit belonged to me. Two choices. You can get along with me or sit your faggot ass right there in dormancy. Wait, all he's missing is heels to be RuPaul. Okay, so we'll leave it there. Yeah. So how are you gonna stop me? How are you gonna stop what I was born to be? So you can't stop him. He was born to be the best, whatever. Corner me, shit belong to me. Two choices. Okay, so you could either get along with him or sit right there in dormancy. So sit there and do nothing, right? So he does say, sit your faggot ass, right? So he's invoking that again. But then he says all he's missing is heels to be RuPaul.
You're saying
So
he's like a lady.
yeah. And RuPaul's a cross dresser, but
Yeah.
he's gay, right?
Yeah.
It's very confusing because he's not
No.
transgender. He's just
He's just a
cross
gay man who
like
likes
cross.
dressing up like a woman.
Yeah, so that's where the line comes in before with him calling him the fake. Yeah. Okay. Ain't nobody that's real ever knew y'all. I'm second to none. I'm dealing with bums whose time will never come. Now deal with the blue balls. You ain't got to fear me, but you respect me. Dudes who never met me threaten me, want to Gillette me, come into a sword fight against a machete. Swinging spaghetti like it's heavy. Okay, so we're like in the middle of a crazy scheme he's doing there, but
Yeah.
so yeah. He says ain't nobody that's real ever knew y'all. So all these fake feminine dudes that are in the rap game that aren't good. He's saying nobody that's real ever knew you, right? So
Like
you're
no
not
one
connected.
associates with you.
Exactly. I'm second to none. I'm dealing with bums. So again, it's the same thing. He's shitting on this competition. Um, whose time will never come. Now deal with the blue balls. So it's a play on you're never going to be anything, right? Your time to be successful is never going to come. But then he does a play on like come, like cum, blue balls from not being able to
And
come.
there's also a line like Royce's. Was it
which
Royce's line?
which one?
It was like the girl jacking him off,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah, that's true. That
yeah.
is. Yeah, she lost. Yeah, that's right.
Technically
Um
he lost.
Yeah. And then he says, so you ain't got to fear me, but you respect me, right? So you don't have to fear him, but you're going to respect him. And then dudes who never met me threaten me, want to Gillette me.
Like
So,
cut him.
yeah, like Gillette razors. So people that never met him are coming for him. They want to cut him.
It's so weird.
Yeah, I know. And he says, coming to a sword fight against a machete. So, it's got a machete.
Like
Um,
you're nothing next to me. You're not gonna win.
yeah. Swinging spaghetti like it's heavy.
So you can't handle your own.
You can't even lift spaghetti. Yeah. Um, some say he deserved an SB in a Chevy like Andretti. Put the Desi where his chest be. Okay. So some said he deserves an SB. So that's the ESPN Sports Awards. So he deserves. What was the line before that? Where is he getting the SB from?
Who deserves the SB?
Some saying. So I. Oh, okay, maybe they're saying he deserves, maybe Joe is saying that Joe deserves an SB because he's in the Chevy like Andretti. So Andretti was a race car driver,
Yeah,
Mario Andretti. So I guess maybe that's why he's saying he deserves it because he's in a Chevy racing like Andretti.
Mario Andretti.
Yeah, and then put the Desi where his chest be. So
The
like
gun
Desert
to the
Eagle.
chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then then it's just Slaughterhouse and it ends.
Nice.
This
Okay.
is one of my longest videos in a while.
Yeah. So I love the loud noises sample
Yeah.
from Anchorman. And it's cool how he does the slaughterhouse over it. There's no chorus. Everyone had pretty chaotic verses. The beat was great. Some people were a little harder to understand than other people. So I'm not just gonna automatically say the person who raps the fastest won
No,
because there was a little bit of chaos in there and a lot of things I didn't understand. So maybe if I understood it, it would be a different rating, but I'm just going by what I was able to understand out of that and who I think did the best. So I'm gonna go with Eminem because I didn't have trouble understanding anything he said. Then I'll go with Joe Budden because he did pretty well, but I had trouble understanding some of his things. Then I'll go with Royce. Then I'll go with Joel because he was very fast but very confusing. And then Crooked Eye, and is that everybody?
yeah, that's everyone.
Yeah. And only ranking Crooked Eye last because I can't remember his verse. And to me, that means for me personally, it wasn't as memorable as everyone else's, unfortunately.
What? That's so funny because I was like Crooked last, and I was like, wait, I don't remember his verse now either.
Exactly.
Oh, Crooked was second. That's why. I'm a menace villain. My pen is sick, and I'm spilling. My lyrics killing. He did us a lot of that.
It was
Right?
good,
It was good.
but
So I don't know. I guess I put Eminem first too. I could be convinced otherwise if somebody made an argument.
it reminds me of America's Next Top Model, where she's like, "You were good, but I want you to be great."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so Eminem's whole purpose was to showcase Slaughterhouse on this. You know what I mean? Like he did one verse in the beginning and let everybody else go off.
yeah,
So yeah, I guess I would do Joe Budden. I think I'm probably good with your order, although I might flip. No, you know what? I probably put Royce like fourth, maybe,
isn't that what I did?
or last even. I think Crooked was better than Royce.
Did I even rank Royce?
Yeah, you did. You said he was like third.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, I guess Eminem, Joe Budden, Joella Crooked, and then Royce maybe. Maybe I put Royce last. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Let us know who you think won.
Yeah. And if you agree or completely disagree, and also let us know if you can clarify some of those things that we could not.
Confusing shit, yeah. Very confusing.
But yeah, so great song. Definitely check out Carnivore Snacks, SeatGeek, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.